very, very selective, very, very careful. His choice of ministers in the key economic ministries were dictated not by political considerations, but by personal qualification. To the key minister of finance, power, trade and investment, agriculture, oil, petroleum, and aviation. He has appointed people who have considerable level of professional competence and high personal integrity. And these are the people from what we call the core of his economic management team, along with the central bank governor, who Forbes described just 2 days ago as Africa Person of the Year. These are the people who are facing the economic transformation policy of Goodluck Jonathan, designed to improve quality of life and living standards of our people. And what they're trying to do is to ensure that the economy is reorganized, is restructured. And the first part of the major problem is that we are an oil-producing nation, but we have all kinds of other resources. And we are a major agricultural country until we discovered oil. One of the objectives is to, while we want diminishing the importance of oil, we want to use the resources of oil to develop other sectors of our economy, like agriculture, like the cotton industry, cottage industry, like non-oil minerals, so that we can have a balanced and diversified economy. Right now, I think 95% of our our national income is derived from oil. That position is unacceptable and is not sustainable for a long period. So what the government is trying to do is to develop non-oil sectors of the economy, especially agriculture, so that we can feed ourselves, we can develop the agro industry, we can develop agro business, feed ourselves, feed other countries of Africa and the world, and have a very balanced economy. That's what the Jonathan is doing. Also, the international community accused of unfairly, though, of corruption, whatever they want to do. And it takes two to be corrupt anyway. Most of these people, this case of corruption, sometimes, quite a number of them, are instigated by people, by foreign partners who believe that they could use some piece of money. It takes two to tango. But President Goodluck Jonathan is determined to treat that canker of corruption and control it, combat it, so that Nigeria will be a free society. We are creating an environment conducive to trade, to meaningful trade. We have, for instance, there's a one-stop shop in Abuja, whereby anybody wanting to establish business in Nigeria can be told all that he needs to do to establish business. We are creating conditions for foreign direct investment. Our own economic transformation program is predicated on substantial contribution, first from the private sector. It must be private sector driven. And we also want foreign private investment. So all our missions are be mandated to do what they can to attract foreign investment to our country. And in the process of doing that, the government has created the machinery necessary to be able to entertain this foreign private investment, creating conditions that will enable them to develop, to contribute, bring their investment to Nigeria, and be able to, and creating conditions that will make investors finding it easy to be able to invest in the economy. For instance, there have been many new laws. For instance, our stock exchange have been reorganized, our banking system have been reorganized, and and there are laws by which, for instance, anybody who makes, any foreign investor is allowed to carry his entire profit back to his country. And we do so many things just to attract direct foreign private investment to Nigeria. As I'm talking now, I'm expecting a delegation of Nigerian businessmen in the next 2 weeks for an event in Las Vegas, which will center on power generation. And we are collaborating with American institutions. 3 weeks ago, U.S. Exim Bank president and 3 of his vice presidents visited Nigeria. And what were they doing there? To sit with the economic management team, to discuss with them areas of cooperation, either in the power or agri or infrastructure development. and give us facilities by which private sectors can contribute to our economy, either in power, agri, or infrastructure.
And so this whole economic transformation that the president has undertaken is designed in a real sense to bring Nigeria's economy into the 21st century. And you find that it's been quite successful in a real sense as we get ready for this second commercial break. We'll have 10 minutes after this. But you find that to be very, very instrumental in terms of how the world is seeing Nigeria now at this particular point. And of course, what we will do, Doctor, is to take this second commercial break, and then we'll come back and we'll have 10 minutes to allow you to talk about some other trade and economic developments, as well as any other ideas that you'd like to talk about at this particular point. And we'll be back with our audience following this very, very short commercial break. Thank you, and welcome back to the final segment of the show for today. We're talking to Dr. Adefuye, the ambassador to the United States from the great state of Nigeria. And he's given us some information about Nigeria, dealing with trade relationships, politics, and economic developments. And Doctor, let us see if we can, again, move back into trade and economic developments and to talk about some special projects that you might have underway at this particular time.
Well, there are quite a number. Like I said in the earlier segment, we have an economy that is oil dependent. And what we want to do is to diversify the base of our economy and make sure that we trade in non-oil exports. We are inviting foreign direct investment to Nigeria, and we're inviting companies to come and set up in Nigeria to trade with our people. Like I said, there's tremendous advantage in trading with Nigeria. Our population, 150 million, 20% of the whole African continent, 10% of the entire black people in the whole world. We simply can't beat our market. And therefore, we believe that once companies that want to do business with us, when they do come there, in terms of market, in terms of marketability, in terms of the availability of profits, there's hardly any country, in fact, there's virtually no country that can compare with Nigeria. I'll give you an example. When we privatized our telecommunication industry, unfortunately, some American companies that would have come, they said there was problems in Niger Delta and all that. A few of them came, but I tell you today, those telecommunication industries, MTN, for example, from South Africa, they will tell you they have never made such profits within such a short time ever in their lives.
That's telecommunications.
Yes, they have never made such profit at such a short time, any time in their lives. And it's still growing because of the market. Everybody now carries around mobile phones in Nigeria. Everybody. The land phone is almost passing out. It's the same thing with, that's been an attraction. That reason where major US companies particularly in the distributive and retail trade, like Walmart, now want to come to Nigeria. They've been in my office once, we discussed. They are making arrangements, and when they are ready, we sort out the final details, and they'll be in Nigeria. And from what they've told me, they want to be in Lagos and Abuja. You simply can't beat the rich because of the market in Nigeria. So we are waiting for them. And they are not the only company. Many banks, I'll give you other examples. I came back from Nigeria on Monday, and what did I go to do? I was on the maiden flight of Continental Airlines that was going to Nigeria, that was already beginning a daily flight from Houston, Texas to Lagos every day. Every day. And the very first flight was almost packed full to Nigeria. And the return flight was almost packed full. In December, I was also with United Airlines going on 4 flights a week from Washington to Accra to Lagos. So within a space of 9 months, 2 U.S. airlines began operating in Nigeria, and Delta started some 2 years ago. And right now, they started operating from Atlanta to Lagos every day on the 777, and 4 times a week they fly from New York through Accra to Lagos. So, and there are many airlines still wanted to come with us. So, we're working on details about that. So, many companies in the U.S., because they now have confidence in the government of Dr. Goodluck Jonathan, because we created an environment conducive to trade, because they know the availability of the Nigerian market, many U.S. companies now want to trade in Nigeria, and on our own part, we are creating the environment for them to come, and we're doing the best we can. There are other areas in which we are exploring opportunities for trade in the United States, especially in the areas of agri. They're there, and Nigerian embassy in April or around March or April, we intend to hold a road show, an agricultural road show, whereby we invite potential U.S. investors who are interested in agriculture to come and meet their Nigerian counterparts with the support of the U.S. Exim Bank. Who will be there. They are supporting us to be able to give them the necessary guarantees to trade and invest in agricultural potential of Nigeria. That's the kind of thing we want to do. When we finish that, we're going to emphasize infrastructure, road, rail, and all that. I want American investors to come and meet their Nigerian counterparts with the support of top-level financial institutions, World Bank, U.S. Exim Bank, to be able to establish trading contact with Nigeria at various levels. So we are creating all kinds of linkages between Nigeria and the U.S. companies to be able to trade with Nigeria. Because for us in Africa, I keep saying to my U.S. friends, we don't want aids, we want trade. Because trade is more psychologically satisfying. In any case, this aid they call, how much of it gets to us? And when trade makes you retain your personal pride. We've got there's a much to trade with in Nigeria. And so that's the kind of thing we're trying to do. And just as I was in this afternoon, in some of the medical institutions I visited, they want to establish linkages with Nigerian universities so that we have exchange of students, exchange of faculty, so that we can be able to strengthen the bond and trade between Nigeria and the United States. So there's so much going on in Nigeria, and we invite the city of Nashville to come and join us. We are also expanding our scope for tourism. Tourism is going to be a good source of income for Nigeria. The diversity of Nigeria, the eco structure in Nigeria, we have the savannah, the grassland, the desert, and we have some good elements of wildlife in Nigeria for tourists to come and see the diversity of our culture, and that's one of the things we're going we are stressing. After we have done the roadshow on agriculture and infrastructure, we also did the one on tourism, and because there's a lot of tourism, many of Americans here, Many of them have done their DNAs, and quite a number of them have told me that they done their DNAs. They are from Nigeria. We go to see what we can do to make them come back home and contribute to the economy of their fatherland. So we are having all kinds of. In fact, the Center for Black and African Civilization is thinking of building a museum of Nigerian art in Atlanta very soon. So we are exploring all kinds of opportunities to bring trade and all kinds of links between Nigeria and the United States. So Nashville, you are invited to join, and we'll be glad to receive you.
You know, I think that in some of the things that are happening in the United States is this whole issue of unemployment and et cetera. This would help any infrastructure, anything that you do as a country helps employment in that nation. Is that what